This is an open letter to freelancers from project managers all over the world, or maybe project managers from Africa. Number one, please answer your emails. I beg you to answer your emails. If on your CV you said you are available during weekdays, then please stick to that word. I'm not asking you to answer immediately, but at least answer within a reasonable amount of time. You know why? Because as a project manager, I have deadlines, as you can imagine. So, and it also takes time to log a project and write your name. By logging, I mean putting the details of the project on our project management tool. Takes time to do that, and for me to add your name, so that obviously you can get paid on time and whatnot. You can use it, use everything, but don't make noise. And then also it takes time for me to write an email to you, maybe follow up with you on WhatsApp. Maybe to you it might not sound as if it's a lot of time, but as a project manager, like even 2 minutes is a lot. It counts. We normally under pressure. There's usually a lot of deadlines that we're chasing. What is the word? Is it simultaneously? Oh, English. But we usually have a lot of deadlines to meet, and a lot of projects that we're working on at the same time. So if I send you an email, you don't answer, and then I have to go check on WhatsApp, maybe text you, you don't answer, maybe I have to try and call you, you don't answer. How many minutes is that out of my time in a day as a project manager, which is already so limited, And then maybe you get back to me hours later, and by the time you get back to me, I've already had to reassign the job to another linguist, because again, one thing as project managers that we cannot do, you can't say, okay, I sent this project to Joy like 5 hours ago and she hasn't replied, I hope she's working on it. We can't do that. We have to make sure, as part of the process, we have to make sure that the person you've sent the job to, that person that I've sent the job to, has acknowledged receipt and they've actually said, okay, I'll work on this job for you. So if you haven't done that within maybe a few hours, especially depending on the deadline that I have with the client, if you haven't answered, again, depending on that, sometimes I need you to answer immediately, sometimes I can spare a few hours because maybe the deadline is quite far ahead, there's no pressure. What am I saying? So if I can't, what am I saying? I've lost my train of thought now. But basically, I need to know from you that you've got the job and you're gonna work on it, and then that's the only time I can finally relax. So if you haven't told me that you're working on it, I'm still, long story short, answer your emails. But if you know that maybe you have a full-time job and then you're doing freelancing on the side as a side hustle, at least let the project managers know, so that we know that, okay, this person is only available on weekends. If I send her a job during the week, she might not. Don't mix everything together, Chomi, please. Okay. You done with this, ne? She might or she might not answer me on time. At least just communicate that up front. Again, as a freelancer, I feel like your email notification should stay on. Again, depending on what level of a freelancer you are. If you're a freelancer who wants to get work daily and wants to meet the expectations of your clients, which is, I guess, me in this case as a project manager, the least you can do, I don't know if I'm using the right language by saying the list, but one of the things you can do is to keep your email notifications on, so that when I email you with a new job, you can get notified, and then you can reply to me to say, hi Joe, I got your email, I'm gonna work on this, right? Thirdly, please try to meet deadlines, but if you can see that you're not gonna meet the deadline, just again in advance, as far in advance as you can, tell the person that, okay, I won't be able to make a deadline for whatever reason. So that as a project manager, I can either reassign, give the job to someone else, or at least, or if I can't give it to anyone else, or if I don't want to, whatever, I want you to continue, I can be able to go back to the client and ask for an extension. Or It's always a long process. If I know that maybe I had planned to send this to a reviewer at a certain time, I can just maybe reorganize my schedule. That's basically what I'm saying. So it's always best. It's always nice for you to let me know if you miss, you won't be able to make a deadline, so that I can organize things nicely on my side. What else would the project managers like freelancers to know? I think those are the main things, actually. It's the deadlines, it's the communication, it's the professionalism. It's mostly communication. Everything's about communication. Because I've had linguists that sometimes I send the freelancer a job. Okay, I keep calling them freelancers or linguists, so you can choose. So if I send you a job, and you only come back to me, I don't know, hours later, that's one of the things to say. Anyways, let me not get into too much detail, but just try to communicate. So we're not asking you to do the job immediately, but one thing that you must please do immediately or as soon as you can is to at least confirm receipt, acknowledge that you have the project and you're working on it. And by the way, when you do acknowledge receipt, just check the deadline as well, because I've had linguists who say, okay, hi Joy, received, done, or like, done, and then they send me the email, and then when I follow up, the person's like, oh no, yes, I did confirm receipt of the job, but I actually thought it's due, whatever, 2 days later, you know. So you've accepted, you've confirmed receipt, but you didn't check the deadline. So when it's closer to the deadline and I'm checking with you if you're on track, and only then you tell me, no, I didn't realize the deadline was this close. So before you confirm receipt, make sure you know where you've checked the deadline in the hand of email and you know you will meet it, right? Anyways, those are the main things that I can think of now that I wanted to include in my open letter to freelancers, from the point of view of a project manager. See you in the next video. Bye. Okay, let me do that properly. See you in the next video. Thank you for watching. Please like. I can't take myself seriously. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Bye.